Hey guys, Andrethefarmer here. I am at a really cool place today. I am at Nick's Edibles. He is the owner of a home nursery. He's a very well-known guy in the industry. This is one of the guys that kind of started all this. So here he is. Here's the man right here.
Hey, how's it going, guys? Just wanted to bring out
What you got there?
strawberries.
Strawberries.
Bare root strawberries.
Oh, wow.
So
that's how you sell them, like that? And
yep, I sell them in bundles of 25, and you can see they're trying to pop out new leaves, but they're in the fridge, so they're staying kind of semi-dormant.
Oh, wow.
You pop these guys in some water on the roots for 30 minutes, throw in them some soil, water them heavily for the first week. Well, multiple light waterings a day for the first week or so, and you plant now, and you'll have strawberries by the end of the year.
Really?
So it's literally in less than 2 months,
Yeah.
you're eating strawberries. And then we got like a 5-month window
Right.
of proper weather till it gets too hot.
Right.
So
right.
you want to grow them in full sun during season,
Right.
but when summer gets here, full sun's going to kill a
Kill
strawberry.
'em, yeah.
So
All right. So how do you sell these? Like, do you sell them?
I sell 25 plants for $18. If you buy more than 25, the price goes down to $15 per 25.
Oh, wow.
So it'd be like 50 plants for $30.
All right. I think it was one of the things I might have to leave here with today.
We'll give you a can full. I'm going to go throw these back in the fridge because we're trying to keep
Okay,
them sleeping.
cool. And we're going to walk around here and take a look here. So here we have some Adamoyas, which is really cool. Is this one here, and as young as these are, there is one that is already fruiting. These look like they appear to all be bud grafted. Are these all bud grafted?
I believe they are bud grafted, yeah.
Yeah, they look like they're bud grafted, and this one actually has a flower on it
Yeah, I
already.
saw that on another one over there. It had a little flower on it.
That is crazy.
It's confused. They want. The problem with Atamoya is, man, sourcing them is so hard.
Okay.
Like, these are 1 gallon trees that were just stepped up a few weeks ago. But if I didn't get them like this,
Yeah.
and I'm like, oh, I need them to grow out and get rooted a little, they wouldn't be there.
Right.
Because the demand on some
that
things
high.
like mangoes, and I used to get 3-gallon mango trees this tall. Now they're like this because,
Right.
because the demand in the
whole
last
permaculture
year.
thing is just blown up. It's
Absolutely.
crazy. So how much do you sell your Adamoyas for?
Man, I said they're $50. Like I said, I'm almost embarrassed at that price, but here's an opportunity to get them in 3-gallon containers and keep them over the winter. Let them go dormant. In the spring, they'll be nice and rooted, and you can plant them out.
Right. Wow.
And whatever these are left over in the spring are going to be stepped up to bigger containers. So.
Right. All right, cool. So show us what you got going on here.
There you go. Just potting up some butterscotch sapodillas.
Oh, sapodillas. I love sapodilla.
Well, butterscotch is like the cool new hot variety that has a super superior fruit.
Okay.
And another one that the demand far outweighs the supply. So it's hard to source some of these super high demand stuff right now.
So how long would it take for something like this to produce fruit?
Sapodilla are pretty quick, man. I got 3-gallon trees this tall, and they're already starting to flower. They're like right there on the cusp.
So is that about 2 years from this point, maybe?
Yeah, and I usually tell people anywhere from 1 to 3 years with a whole lot of variables.
That's safe.
You know what I mean? And these guys, it's probably gonna be 2 or 3 years. You might, if you push them, you might get them to flower, but they're not gonna be big enough to
hold fruit.
To hold it. You know what I mean?
Here's the dog here.
There you go.
What's his name?
His name's Blue Boy. He thinks everyone's here to see him. Yeah.
So what else we got going? We got some mangoes going on here.
You know.
Now, do you use Epsom salt? Is that what that is down there? Or?
No, that's just sand.
That's sand. Oh, okay. All right.
Now here, try to pick up that container. Feel how heavy it is. Because there's like 30 or 40% sand in there because mangoes are one of the only things I'll be like, well, what should I do to amend the soil? I said, you got Florida sandy soil? They're like, uh-huh. I said, dig a big hole and plant. Because mangoes thrive on poor soil that's Florida soil. You know, it drains real fast, this and that. That's what mangoes actually want.
Okay.
Whereas most trees, I'll be like, get some manure, some compost, let's amend.
Get some black cow in here and stuff.
But with the mangoes, it's almost like...
Sand. Wow. Well, I've got plenty of sand in my place, so that's probably why my mangoes do well. So we got a lot of different stages of mangoes. We've got Barbados cherries back here.
Yep, some back there in the back, and then there's pomegranates right here. And Sunracer Nectarine, which is one of the only varieties I know with a good enough success rate that I push these guys here because they fruit here in Central Florida.
I'll tell you, my nectarines are terrible. My nectarine tree is just.
Do you know what variety you have by chance? It's not Sun Racer, is it?
No, it's not Sun Racer.
So I still. I know a guy who might have one that'll work better for you.
Yeah.
But no, like I said, I know lots of people that fruit these here.
Right.
Whereas it calls for like 200 or 300 chill hours, which we don't get.
Right.
But they still do fruit here, and they have crops.
Really good fruit.
Crops.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
And back there are some native plums, Chickasaw and Flatwoods.
Okay.
That they got neglected on some water because nothing's perfect in this world. But they're alive and kicking under there and about to go dormant. So I'm just kind of letting them
go dormant and then
let them go dormant.
in the spring wake them up.
Yep. But they're cool. They're a native.
Okay.
So.
Chickasaw plums.
Yep.
I've heard of them.
Plums.
And flatwood plums. I've heard of Chickasaw plums, but I've never.
They're not as sweet and as delicious as your what is it? Selective breeding varieties of cross and all this.
Right.
But this is a native.
Right.
Natives, you set it out on the backside, get it established, and forget about it.
Exactly.
You stop by to pick up your fruit because
exactly
because in the wild it does it without your help anyways.
Exactly. That's pretty cool.
So and then finger limes over in here.
Right. I bought one of these off you for sure. I bought one of these off you a couple years ago. Last year I think it was, and it's still growing. It's definitely gotten a lot bigger, but it's not fruiting quite yet.
You get any flowers this year?
No, I didn't get flowers this year.
Okay.
So hopefully
this spring. Yep.
Yeah.
And then, like I was showing you before we turned it on, some Pindo tuba, and just this is actually a guava.
This is the coolest looking guava I've ever seen.
Fern leaf guava. It's got a little fruit that I have yet to try, but I hear that it is of quality.
Okay.
So, but it's just something kind of, you know what I mean? Like
it's unique. It's really unique.
I like to grow a lot of stuff for novelty.
Right. Yeah.
Like the blueberries, I grow pink blueberries. You know why?
Why?
I can get blue blueberries anywhere. There's a U-Pick blueberry farm right here.
Right.
But I can't get no pink blueberries.
That is true.
So
that is true.
The novelty effect for me, I don't.
That's a big deal. No, I agree with you on that. I like stuff that's cool too. If I see a plant that I've never seen before, that's the plant that I want. You know? Yeah.
Because I can get the regular stuff at the store or the farmer's market or these kind of places.
Right.
This one right here is called Pindo tuba. It's a Eugenia. You can see it's
got some beautiful flowers on it here.
It was struggling and rescued, and now I've started giving it a little bit of loving and some pruning, and this one's popping way out. This one can't be far behind, but if you look here on the end, you see this growing here?
Lichen, yeah.
Yeah, you know what that tells me? That tells me this tree hasn't grown much in the last couple of years because as a tree grows, it's going to shed some of that.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it hasn't even grown, so this is prevalent, so a good hit of some fertilizer will probably push this thing and drop all of that.
Yeah.
And get you back into rocking and rolling.
Nice.
And here you go. Here's one for the HOA guys. Pindo palm or jelly palm.
Really? Does this provide something you can eat?
Yes, it's got a big old fruit like this that's actually a sweet tropical flavored fruit, but it's a palm tree. So your HOA community ain't gonna give you a hard time because you planted a palm tree in your front yard.
Right.
But they're going to give you a hard time if you planted a peach tree maybe in your front yard.
I love front yard trees that you can plant.
So with that being said, you're going to have to do your due diligence and make sure you don't make a mess in the yard because it produces a lot of fruit and you're going to have to keep it clean.
Now, how does it produce the fruit? At the top?
No, just like these guys here.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Just like your regular guy, but these aren't real huge and tall trees. They take a while to grow. So you're harvesting fruit when they're like this big. So it's at like eye, you know what I mean? Fruit at eye level.
Okay, wow. That is really cool.
So,
and how cold hardy are they?
They grow these up into the southern parts of the Carolinas. Cool. So.
All right, I might be getting one of those too.
No problem with that. You see the star fruit back there. You can see
it's flowering like crazy.
And they all.
Yeah.
You know the coolest thing about star fruit is you get a crop in January or February. What fresh tropical-ish fruit are you eating in January and February? Picked off.
Not a lot.
No, some oranges and some strawberries.
Yeah.
And star fruit. I mean, I'm sure there's some other ones, but but star fruit gives you a big crop in the winter.
I have a big crop right now. My trees are actually very mature right now.
And do you have more flowers and more coming for?
A couple small flowers, but it really had a big sort of blossom just about a month ago or so.
But like I said, those will ripen into when nothing else is nothing tropical at least.
That is
maybe you got some persimmons hanging on or something, but
exactly.
So to me, the biggest value of star fruit is those crops that are later than everything else. Making sure you have food,
throughout the entire year. Now, what's your preferred variety of star fruit?
Sri Cam Bamkin is my favorite.
I have one of those trees.
They're just sweeter. They're less tart, acidic, and although generally I like more sour fruits.
Right.
This one just has I have a sweet spot for it.
Okay. See, we got some olive trees here.
Yep. Arbequina. People grow or talk about growing lots of ones. Arbequina is the only one I know that I have a good amount of people that I know that have fruited them.
Okay.
There's other ones that speculate and talk and this and that. Not saying they don't exist.
Right.
I haven't personally seen it.
Right. And I have trouble with my figs. I see you got a lot of figs here.
Uh-huh.
I have tried them in the ground. I've tried them in the pot. And I get a few to produce, and I get a few fruit here and there, but they always seem like they're struggling. Like I thought it was the nematodes at first, but
no, that is kind of part of the thing of figs is they're like, because we're like farther south than fig land.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So it's that heat.
So the superficial whatever, make sure you keep getting their proper nutrients. Do your pruning, the pinching, these things to encourage fruiting.
Right.
And if you want to grow on the ground, this one here is called Lsu Gold.
Yeah.
It's a good nematode resistant one here. Look,
oh,
you
really?
see the fruit coming. Whoa, man down. Look down here, you see the one.
Oh, that's a nice fruit too.
Got a big fruit to it. And like I said, it's nematode resistant. I've heard of people even grafting onto these to be able to plant other varieties in the ground.
Because they graft very easily. They graft really easily.
Like I said, heard though. I don't have any personal experience.
Okay.
And this is Violet de Bordeaux. A super delicious purple fig.
Okay.
And you see, it's that time of year.
Yeah, they start to brown.
Most of the many times a year they'll look like this.
Yeah, exactly.
And then brown turkey, which is like the old school tried and true Florida
variety.
That's
what I have, and it struggles in the ground.
And you got persimmons and longans all hiding back here.
Nice.
Some of these guys fruited this last year.
Wow. So my longan is probably getting to be about this big, so I'm hoping it'll fruit next year.
They seem to be a little quicker than lychee for me, but again, personal experience. Not,
okay. I've got a really small
lychee
that's fruiting already. Okay, nice.
I think I got 7 varieties of persimmon.
What's your favorite one?
I'm just Fuyu. I like the crunchy
I have one
ones
of those too. Yeah.
And it's that time of year; they're starting to go dormant too. So, same with the stone fruit, the peaches, and the.
Dog scared me there. I felt something rubbing on my leg.
And I got a few different kinds of longan. Some that fruit before and after Kohala, which is the common variety.
Okay.
So if you want to extend your season, you find.
Nice. I saw you have cocoa plums here. I see these as hedges down south a lot.
Yep. I tried some of the fruit for the first time, and I don't know that it was the best example. And they're okay.
And I've tried it too, and it's
so maybe. But if you want to grow a hedge, why not grow a hedge that actually
right. So if you were starving, you could get food off of your hedge.
Absolutely. Kind of like making walls out of sea grapes. Like if we're gonna make big walls, why not make them out of something that has value to either me or wildlife or whatever?
Exactly. Be productive. Yeah.
And some sapodillas.
Okay. This is sapodilla?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this looks. Oh wow. Looks a lot different than.
This is Silas Wood here. This is the dwarf variety.
I think this is the one I have. I think I have a dwarf. Some guavas back here.
Yep. Okay. Oh man, this area, my rudimentary sprinkler systems got messed up. Everything in this zone got neglected from water for like a week. It's all seems.
And it hasn't rained. Like today's the first day it's raining in like forever. I feel like.
Some white mulberries and.
How many varieties of bananas do you have?
Not a lot now. Probably only about 10.
Only 10. Okay.
I would generally keep about 20, but I've only been here less than a year, so I'm still just trying to get settled in.
Do you still have plants at the other house?
Yep. Okay. I got persimmon over there that I plan to go pick in the next week. I got tons of persimmon all over the trees that
I know you had the big passion fruit and you got the big finger lime.
Fruit passed away.
Oh, really?
But passion fruit's a short-lived tree. They only live 5 or 6 years, is my understanding. There are exceptions, but my understanding is they're not a long-lived tree or vine.
So that means my big one has probably only got a couple years left then.
But again, like I said, that was my personal experience, but you got some Guanabana and some custard apples.
Nice. Did these custard apples, any of them produce this year at all?
No, they have not. Although these guys will definitely start flowering next year.
Yeah.
You got a canistil hiding in here, lost from the other canistil down here. And Anna and Dorset apples.
I have an Anna apple. It has not produced. It's flowered, but it
You
has
need a
not
Dorset.
produced.
It needs a pollinator.
Oh, it does have that pollinator.
They are not self-pollinating, although they can set some fruit by themselves. Not viable.
Right.
Like
Without.
there are stories of people getting fruit with just one, but not crops, and
Right.
kind of like the Honeybell Tangelo is the same kind of thing.
Okay. Like I just can't really envision myself getting edible full-size apples here in Florida.
Yeah, I mean, I can show you some crazy pictures. Apples aren't for everyone, and some people have amazing success, and some people crash and burn. But so if you have realistic expectations, like those are apples that
Those
came.
are Florida apples.
Here you go.
Oh wow.
These are trees. Oh, that's a moccasin.
Well, that's really impressive. That's
So,
pretty cool.
But like I said, the skill level is +5, not sub-5, like say mangoes or
Right.
So
Right. Well, I grew up in Canada, so I'm all appled out. So I
Yep.
don't really need to have apples down here.
yeah, me neither. I can get, if I really want an apple, I can get one at the store, and I know fresh ones are better and the whole thing. But if I'm going out of the way to grow something, I'm growing Guanabana that's $10 a pound, where a fruit could be 50 or 100 pounds, $50 or $100 for a 5 or 10 pound fruit,
Right.
opposed to maybe Persian limes that are 10 for $1.
I got you.
Return on my investment.
Exactly. So how are you dealing with like the citrus greening and all that stuff that goes on up here?
Well, all right. Well, first thing I do is push finger limes because they're resistant. And they don't have any of those problems. And then if you do want to grow citrus, the biggest thing, greening or not, where people fail with that is a lack of nutrition.
You got to feed them.
Foliar. The most important thing with citrus, even if it has greening, cuts off the nutrition from coming upstream. Well, if we're doing a foliar spray, we're providing that nutrition.
Right.
So we can keep a tree with greening producing for years like the commercial farmers do.
Right.
But you have to supplement, you have to go around the problem to get there.
I know. I remember you gave me the little blue, blue stuff to spray on them, and I didn't do it.
But you know what I mean? Like, here's the problem.
Right.
We want to grow. How do we get around the problem?
Right.
And what does greening do? It cuts off nutrition from going upstream. All right, let's get the nutrition around
upstream. Yep.
So
that's cool.
Some goji berries, and oh my God, don't show them the macadamia nuts, they hate me. And you know, some grapevines and monstera,
Cacao.
This guy right here, man, last year he had flowers on him and little fruit coming, and I went out of town and he had fallen over. He was in like a 7-gallon container, and he about died, and he didn't flower this year, but...
Yeah, I had one that flowered last year, but none of the flowers held fruit. Got some miracle berries here.
Yeah, there's a bunch of miracle fruit.
Yep.
Hiding in here.
Yep,
Okay, here you go. Grow miracle fruit without acidic soil in full sun. Here's what you get. Grow miracle fruit in acidic soil and shade. Here's what you get. Like,
big difference.
I'm gonna step these guys up and acidify them and keep them in their shade. You can see the lower leaves on some of them are starting to darken up.
Right.
But
they're alive. They'll bounce back.
I mean, they grow fine. They look like crap and they fruit. But man,
big difference.
here, cut through here. We'll come around back to the.
Oh, what are these seedlings here?
What do you got? Those are loquat.
Oh, loquat seedlings. Okay.
Loquat, some miracle fruit, some sour sop over there, and I think some custard apples hiding in here, and a whole bunch of Java tacabos that didn't sprout for whatever reason. We've got a Peruvian apple cactus.
Oh, okay. Cool.
So I was like, here, take this.
It's growing. What is this?
That's a weed.
A weed. Okay, I was going to say.
Yep. Supposed to be passion fruit, and it's hiding in there. Some different rare Java tacabos and whatnot.
I like rare Java tacabos.
This guy.
Tree.
This is Sabra. Yeah, I saw some flowers the other day on it.
I have a little red about this big, and it started flowering.
Nice.
I walked by today and saw some flowers.
And Vexitor. Those are real blue Javas over there.
Blue Java.
Not the ice cream banana.
Blue. Oh, really?
Those are the true blue Java, not the ones that are ice cream that are a tall name.
Right.
All of that. And some different grafted Javas from my own collection. And you can see, you were talking about the red.
Some fruit on that little red right there. Nice. Red Jabuticaba producing some fruit. at a young age. I love it.
Yeah, now I'm curious. Where'd the flowers go? I saw some on here. Because it was fruiting when I got it, and then it got neglected, and they don't like the neglect.
Yeah. You find they need a ton of water?
Yes. As much as you want. If it drains, if you got draining soil,
yeah,
they'll take as much as you can get.
Yeah, I recently just moved on. I have my most mature one, it's about almost this size, and I actually moved it to a spot where it can actually get the lawn sprinkler on it, because before I was hand watering it, and it just wasn't getting enough water.
I got this sprinkler running, and then I hand water in addition to. Yeah. Later in the spring, somewhere out back, I got about 25 varieties of Javas I'm going to plant. I'm going to clear some land back there, and I'm going to plant out.
Are you going to put like a sprinkler system in too?
Yeah, I'm going to do irrigation all back there. Nice. Just there's a pond right over there on the other side of those beehives. That's where I'm going to start planting. The only problem now is to plant over there, I got to get power from over here down around the pond and over there, and I just haven't had time. It's just, you know.
Listen, it's just me.
It's still my first year here, so.
Yeah, I got a fraction of what's going on here, and I don't have time to do much. I feel like I spend hours a day in the garden already.
These guys are really cool. Patomba. They got kind of an apricot kind of flavor.
So it's not a Patanga tuba? It's different.
Patanga tuba are kind of more on the sour side.
Okay.
These are a Eugenia too, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. They're related, and they're related to Cherry of the Rio Grande and Grumachama and Suriname and Patanga tuba and this guy and a bunch of other ones. They're all Eugenias.
Okay.
But there's like hundreds of different kinds of fruit. Most of them are rare and obscure from South America.
Right.
But there's all kinds of cool stuff.
Okay, cool.
I tried these for the first time like last year, and I really like them.
Okay, cool.
But apparently they're mostly grown from seed, and there's variance in seeds, so you never know. And
what kind of flavor you're gonna get? Huh.
Tons of passion fruit that are out of control, and some little pomegranates and some ackee trees.
And what are those over there? Those, we're gonna head over there.
There you go.
Oh, you got ackee? Where's the ackee?
Ackee. These guys right here.
Oh, nice.
Getting overran by the passion fruit.
So are you gonna protect them in the winter, or?
No, these are actually pretty cold hardy. They can take mid-upper 20s.
Really?
Yes. And here you go. There's the hide in there a Malay apple.
Oh, that one right there?
Uh-huh.
Okay, cool.
And then these ones are all wax jambus.
Okay, I've got a wax jambu.
And here you go. My peanut butter fruit. Look.
Oh, look
for the first time.
I did a video on peanut butter fruit.
I've never tried it.
I tried it at Dave's house, and it was really good. It actually tastes like peanut butter.
Nice. And I love peanut butter, so I'm excited. My buddy Jeremy traded me or something with this tree. And it was like a 3-gallon last year, and I threw it in a 15-gallon with some slow-release fertilizer. In a year's time, it's quadrupled in size and is now fruiting.
Wow. I've got a little tiny one like this big, and it's in the ground. And
nutrition.
I need to feed it. I need to feed it.
Like, these guys went crazy, and these are the wax jambu.
Right.
There's like, I don't know, 6 or 8 different kinds hiding in here.
Wow.
White ones, pink ones, green ones.
Wow. Mine flowered a bunch of times, but it didn't produce any
I had
fruit.
a bunch of fruit on these this year. These are June plums.
Those are like, not the dwarf. Those are the full size.
No, these are the,
plums.
I got some of the dwarf ones out front. Yeah. And the dwarf ones, they fruit when they're this size.
I know. I got 2 of them. Yeah.
These guys here, man, these guys were like this tall earlier this year. And they went crazy. I think I'm going to cut them back to like here and just kind of let them, to keep them more manageable.
Have you thought about maybe air layering it?
Yeah, that's definitely.
Yeah, then you get 2 plants.
Some of the other ones in these families air layer real well, so.
This is amazing here.
There you go, green sapote and a big butterscotch sapodilla. Here's a patomba here. There you go, what do they call this? The gummy bear fruit?
Oh, is that what it's called?
Uh-huh.
Oh, cool. So this is one of your novelty things.
Yep.
The gummy bear fruit. That is so cool.
Atamoyas. There you go. Here's a Geffner hanging out.
Oh, cool. Look at that. Something ate my last sugar apple today. A squirrel ate my last sugar apple.
At least you said last and not only.
Oh, I only had 2. So I only had one other one.
50-50. Hey. When you only got, last year in my other house, my black sapote fruited for the first time. There was 1 single fruit. I would like the anxiety level as it's going. I'm going, there's only one. I've never tried this fruit. And I'm too cheap to buy this fruit from somewhere else. Come on. Make it. There you go.
Did it make it?
It did. And I tried it. And it's good. They're in the persimmon family, black sapote.
It's supposed to taste like chocolate pudding?
No.
No.
They're just black.
They're just black.
And the you know the thing when you're a little kid, you like whispered in someone's ear and then they whispered in someone's ear and it changed down the line? That is literally black sapote. They're good. They're a mild persimmon. They're sweet. I like them.
Yeah.
But there is nothing chocolate or pudding about it.
Well,
maybe consistency is a little puddingy, but flavor-wise, you'll be disappointed.
Well, I'll tell you what. Peanut butter fruit does taste peanut buttery.
Yes.
Yep.
There you go. I'm in. Charlotta.
Oh, I have one of these.
Yep. Who did I get this? Vincent Brodner or whatever, who I think I got it from?
Dave got one from him too, probably.
Yep.
And Dave gave me one.
Yeah, when he brought me down, he had for 3 or 4 people.
That is a rarity right there.
Yep. Bunch of different avocados.
Cool. What's your best producing, you think, winter avocado?
Like late season? So you're saying?
Yeah.
Man, Lula for the win. I like my Mexican avocados, so I like a high oil content. And Lula's my favorite.
Lula. Okay.
Yeah. Here's a good banana right here, Raja Puri.
Okay.
Last year when I first moved in January or February, we got 32, 35 degrees for 3 days in a row. All these bananas lost all their leaves. I had 40 of these at the time. Yeah. There's a row of green leaves. Every banana leaf around them is gone.
How fast do they produce?
I mean, I've seen people get them to produce from this big in 7 months for Grand Nain. That don't, that's the exception to the rule.
Right.
But generally 1 or 2 years with basic care.
Basic care. Water, nutrients, and so on. Yep.
But yeah, a year or two, and you can get closer to the year side if you step up. They're like a teenage boy. Bananas are hungry. They'll take whatever you want to throw at them.
Exactly. That's my compost bin. I just throw all my stuff in the bananas.
These guys are, like I said, they have some good value, I think, for people farther north.
Raja Puri. Okay. That's one I'm going to probably add to my list of bananas I need to have. Well, this is awesome, man.
And like I said, I'm still in I'm just about to complete my first year. And the first year was kind of getting me set up and figuring it out. And now this spring, we're going to start planning away.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you a question. How do people get in touch with you? How do they find you?
You can Google Nick's Edibles. I mean, I got an
Nick's Edibles?
Yep. I got a Facebook group with about 10,000 people. Yep. And you'll probably hear people recommending me on Facebook because, oh my God, I got the best customers in the world. Because somebody says fruit tree, someone says, hey, Nick, how about this fruit tree? And
this guy's famous.
It's not famous.
You're pretty famous. Trust me, you're pretty famous.
If you take care of people, people take care of you.
That is absolutely true.
It's an old world business model, but you know what? It still works.
It definitely does. Definitely does in all things.
And it really helps when you run a business from your house. You don't have all kinds of crazy overhead and stuff. So it gives you a little wiggle room to work with people. And
now, do you have a website at all? Or?
I do not. I have a square up site that kind of just links you to my inventory or whatever.
So Nick's Edibles, that's the way to do it.
I'll give you a business card before you leave, and you can do it. And
we'll Google them. Nick's Edibles.
Find me on Facebook.
Find them on Facebook. We're here and what's your Facebook group called?
Nick's Edibles.
Nick's Edibles. All right. And we're here in St. Cloud, Florida, which is Central Florida. Do you ship anything at all?
I ship finger limes, and right now I'm shipping strawberries. But as a general rule, maybe later we'll do it. I just can't find a viable plan to make it effective, and shipping's hard.
It is hard. And if
I'm going to do it, I'd prefer to sit out here and talk with you and sell you one tree and BS for an hour about plants than to go spend an hour packaging up a plant, getting it into the mail, crossing my fingers, hoping it makes it, all this kind of stuff. I'd rather be out working in the yard or hanging out with customers or whatever.
I hear you.
So,
I hear you.
Because I'm a busy, I got a family, I work full time, and I do this. Thank God my girlfriend helps me out. But you know what I mean? So time.
Yes.
Time.
I definitely understand, but thank you so much for your time today. I know time is valuable, and you have an amazing establishment here. So thanks again. I really appreciate it.
Awesome. Yeah. Anybody who wants to come over and talk about plants, I mean, I guess technically I'm working. You know what I mean? It's not like.
Guys, come see Nick. He loves to talk about plants. He will talk your ear off, and he's a great guy. He's fun to be around. He's got amazing plants. So, hey, if you like this video, just hit the like button, subscribe, share with your friends, and we'll see you next time, all right? Take care, guys. Bye.